What's going on, guys? How's everyone doing today? I know it's been a few days since I made a video. Been a little busy here at work. Finally got a chance to do one. And in today's video, we're going to talk about last season. Season actually turned out pretty well. Start of the season. Against the Giants, had a hell of a comeback. Romo doing his Romo thing, being himself, making plays, and came in clutch. I know some of y'all would agree with me that he did come in clutch. Finally, after all those years, people saying he was a choke artist. I don't think he was a choke artist. He just didn't have the puzzle pieces he needed. Came in, did his thing against the Giants and won. Then he got, had a few wins, and then he got hurt. Broken collarbone. I was devastated, actually. I was a little devastated. But Brandon Weeden came in, won the game against, I think it was the Eagles. Came in and won, but it just wasn't the same. Offense wasn't clicking, wasn't supposed to. And when Des Bryant got hurt, he, I guess, broke his foot or had a fracture in his foot. This wasn't the same. But last season wasn't a good season for us. Everything just fell apart. One thing after another. Brandon Weeden, he had the puzzle pieces, to make that actually help the Cowboys win in Tony and Romo's absence. But I don't know what was his deal about not wanting to throw the ball down. I understand he didn't want to throw interceptions, but sometimes in football you have to take risks. You gotta take the risk, just heave it up there and let the receiver go after it. If it's intercepted, it's intercepted, but at least he tried to get it out there. So I don't know. Brandon Weeden, he was just too scared, and then he just kept throwing it down below. Like he was just too impatient to let the routes develop. He had a badass offensive line. I don't understand why he didn't want to throw it. He held the ball too long, or he just threw it down low. And we did get yards, but defense will fix up on that. They'll adjust. But Brandon Weeden didn't pan out like we wanted him to, and so they went to Matt Castle. Matt Castle had a few good years. He had, I think, a good year actually in New England after Tom Brady got hurt. Then he went to the to the Chiefs. That didn't turn out well. Well, yeah, I'm sorry. He did have a good couple years, and then that didn't turn out too good afterwards. So he went to the Vikings, had not even half a season, and didn't turn out well. Cowboys signed him to the remainder of the season, and I guess he didn't. To me and what I've read as well, and I do agree what I've read, he just wasn't comfortable in the offense. Scott Linehan's offense, I don't think it's that complicated. You just got to be a quarterback. To be a quarterback on any team, you would have to be patient and let the routes develop. Let the play develop. You can't just expect the play to develop in like a second. It takes a little bit. It takes a couple of seconds. I know a couple of seconds isn't a lot to sit in the pocket, but you gotta let the offensive line do his job, do their job, and make the blocks. Let the play develop. To me, he didn't let the plays develop. He was uncomfortable, and he just he was scared throwing down the field, but it still wasn't enough. As the season progressed, it just seems like it got worse. They really weren't making an effort. Like, they've already given up, you know. I know they didn't, but it just, to me, it felt that way. So they just, you know, let the season go. You know, let Castro take the reins, and I guess they prayed to the football gods they'll get through, but they didn't. You know, final 4 games that I remember, it was against the Jets. I was sitting in front of my TV, and I was happy when the Kellen Moore went in there. But he, you know, it just didn't turn out. Well, Kellen Moore hadn't had no regular season experience, you know, being on a practice squad with the Lions, and the only good thing is that he already knew Linehan's offense. He was comfortable in it, and he, you know, went in there. He did. I think he made a touchdown that game, but you know, defense could have held. Defense was falling apart. You know, we didn't have our puzzle pieces on the defense, so it wasn't just bad season. I mean, one thing after another when just was not going right. But you know, that's already, you know, it's already passed. So see what happens. I mean, I'm pretty confident from what I've been reading or what I've been seeing on Twitter, and you know, Ezekiel Elliott, this, and, you know, he's a real well balanced running back. You know, could catch out of the backfield. You know, makes great cuts. You know, puts the foot down, hits the hole hard. You know, reads his blocks properly. You know, I mean, I wouldn't compare him to Emmitt Smith, but you know, maybe he'll be at Emmitt Smith. I would have to see this. You know, how he does in the preseason. You know, coming in the training camp, hope to God that he don't get hurt. You know, I read the other day that he slipped during rookie minicamp, and he slipped and had a scare. He scared all the coaches out there, I guess. But no, he got up and kept on going. So I guess he wasn't hurt. So, but Darren McFadden last year, I mean, he was behind Joseph Randle. They had high hopes for Randle, but I mean, I liked Randle. I mean, he had it. He had everything he needed. You know, he had the speed. He did decent at reading his blocks. I mean, when he hit the hole fast and hard. But I don't know. I don't know what in the world happened to him. He just didn't. He just didn't do good. I mean, his mentality was all screwed up. You know, got arrested and for stealing underwear or something like that. I don't know, somewhere in Texas, which is kind of fucking stupid. But yeah, he, you know, got arrested, and it was just, you know, he had 5 touchdowns, but come on, man, you gotta get your life together. So they went to Darren McFadden. I mean, I was actually pretty happy they signed Darren McFadden. You know, I know he had a bad run. He had a bad run in Oakland, but Oakland didn't have the offensive line that the Cowboys had. And Darren McFadden had a little bit. He had pretty good success. He, you know, broke 1,000 yards last year, even with the losing season. But that was just the tip of the iceberg, I believe. I'm hoping that, you know, signing Morris, you know, McFadden will have to be the workhorse, but you know, and also with signing Elliott, it could hurt his touches coming out of the backfield, but I don't know. But last season it was a good season for him. I mean, it could be better. Could be better this season, but you know, it's still early. We'll see how it pans out once they get into training camp. They put the pads on, and then we'll see some hitting. I don't know. I think that coming up during training camp or before training camp, I'll be me and my family, we're taking a trip to Oxnard probably, well, the California, we'll probably go. I'm hoping we'll go check them out. See how everything's going. You know, I'd love to meet and greet these guys. And so I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. But anyways, last season wasn't very good. But it's just a bad season, guys. I don't know. So, but it was just, you know, one thing fell apart, one thing after another. So I don't even know what else to say about last season. Just, it was just bad. No, well, you know what? Romo came back against the Dolphins. You know, to me, it was good he came back. But then on the bad side of it, you know, it was a little too early. But he came back. I mean, he had the nuts to come out, go out there and play. And, you know, he did take a couple hits. And it was, you know, everything was all right. Against the Dolphins, I know it was raining. I didn't see that game. I was working, but I didn't get a chance to see it. But I did see highlights. You know, it was raining, but you know, pulled out the win. You know, come up to Carolina, and it was just bad. I mean, their playoff chances were still pretty high, and they went against Carolina, and Carolina's defense was good. I mean, Josh Norman is a hell of a corner, you know, covering Dez. But their defense was just good. You know, that game, it was just a bad game. Romo got hurt again. Once I seen him land on that shoulder and he stayed down, I also knew it was a pretty. He broke it again. I knew it for a fact. I mean, it was just devastating. I thought the season was over. Then, you know, the backups come in and didn't do too well. You know, even with the losing record, Cowboys still had a chance to make the playoffs. So they knew they had a chance, but offense wasn't even clicking. I mean, the running game was there, you know, it helped Kellen do a little bit better. But it was just one thing after another. I mean, Kellen did heave it up a few times. You know, I know one game I don't remember what game it was where Kellen was under pressure and he thought he seen Dez, but he didn't lead the safety away, and safety jumped in front of him. But hey, you know, that's a common mistake for someone that hasn't played in a regular season game, who had no playing experience in the regular season. You know, understandable. I mean, he's still learning. He's a young guy, a left-handed quarterback. But one thing for sure, I think I've mentioned this in my previous video, that I'm a big fan of Kellen. I truly am. He had a hell of a run at Boise State, the winningest quarterback at Boise State. I mean, I'm surprised they didn't make it to the national championship, but he was a hell of a quarterback. I bet you he still is. He's already been in the system for a year. You know, Romo goes down, he's gonna be the number 2 behind Romo, and I mean, he could have a chance to, you know, be the future behind Romo. Romo's 36 years old, I think, and you know, he's up there in age. You know, Tony Romo's not gonna be the young baby face Tony Romo we remember when he first went in after Bledsoe. So I mean, I'm confident in Romo, and I'm really confident in Kellen, you know, to be the number 1 and number 2 quarterbacks. You know, then they got Jamil Showers. You know, I liked him too. You know, he showed some flashes. But the other day I read on Twitter that, you know, Jamil Showers, you know, he was on the practice squad last year. He played more special teams than quarterback. You know, what I've seen in preseason, he did pretty good. He's a mobile quarterback, so maybe, and I don't know if they moved him up, last season. I don't think so. I don't remember, but it was just a bad season last year. If anything comes up that I didn't mention from last year, or if y'all have a question about last season, or what's y'all's, I really would love to know what y'all's predictions for this season. If you have a question, of the upcoming season, please comment down below. If you have any suggestions that make my videos better, please, let me know. What are y'all's predictions for the upcoming season? Let me know. What are your thoughts, of what y'all expect? Please leave a like, one of these, please. And I'm a season ticket holder this year, so I'll be doing a conference call with a bunch of other season ticket holders, with Stephen Jones. I mean, if you have any questions, for me to ask, please leave it down in the comment section. And see if I'll be able to get it to him, ask him for y'all. So I would appreciate it. Please leave a like. The more likes, the better. The goal of the month for me as a new YouTuber is at least it gets 20 subscribers. I have 2, so yay for 2. But please subscribe. Whoever watches this, please subscribe. Help me out. I want to become a better YouTuber. So any suggestions, that make my page better, please make my videos better. I'd appreciate it. So I'll see you guys around. So peace out.